Hi. I don't know who all is in here at the moment. I've been troubleshooting stuff. Why am I getting echo? Something is echoing, and I'm not sure what's echoing. Oh, that's what's echoing. I love when I forget I had Twitch open on my computer here, so I'm hearing it echo. Ah. Anyway, hi. So, art stream. This is gonna be interesting. I'm just waiting for like just to see if anyone else is gonna pop in, and I'm bugging people on Discord. I have an official server where people can see where there are updates, and if I am streaming, and there's a command you can use in the chat. It's just !Discord, and it's pretty cool. If you type that, it'll give you a link to the Discord. But I'm just trying to get some people in. Words are difficult. Let's see here. There. I'm just bugging whoever dares blink online for a second. There we go. Alright, I've done all I can. So, I'm not sure fully how to get this going, but I found music I can play in the background while working on art here. So, oh, your Twitch is glitching? No! Why does this always happen? Oh no. But I'm just trying to get stuff laid out here. So, as you can see, there is nothing on the screen. That is because it's still trying to game capture, but there's no game running. So, what I can do is... What can I do? Did that do anything? It appears not. But what if I... Okay, new plan. I'm just gonna... There we go. Now you can see my screen. Now you can see everything I'm doing. I just wanted to capture just the window. Let's see if I can figure that out. Because there's display capture, and I have a display capture. Let's see here. Gotta love doing troubleshooting. Selected display to capture. No, that just captures the big screen. That's not what I want. Well, that can go goodbye. Yes, I want to get rid of that. Let's see. Video capture. Window capture. That's what it would be. I think. Let's find out. Select a window to capture. Yay! Alright, now if I'm not crazy, I just gotta move this so it's not covering my face here. So I should be able to just bingo boingo that. And then if I set this to scale at the right size, or what is happening with this? Okay, I just need to scale this properly. Oh my goodness. Scale filtering. I don't really care about the scale filtering. I just want this to match the background here. Okay. I'm gonna hide this background here because we don't need to worry about that. But we do need to get this to be the same size as the output. I don't know why it's not wanting to do that. Preview scaling, that's not it. Well, I can't get this to, like, fully be the screen, so we're just gonna have to put up with it being a little smaller than intended. I'm just gonna scooch it over there, I guess. So we've got this weird black bar on the side, and I hate that. I don't know why it's doing that. Because there's a button here that says resize output to source size. And it should do that. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Can I transform this? Sort of fit to screen. Well, that doesn't help. Let's see. Transform, stretch to screen. I think that made it a little wide. It's fine. It's fine. Probably. Alright. That's set up. And now I just have to set up audio so y'all can hear music. And that'll be lovely. So, media source? No. Audio input capture, yes. Alright, create new, that should be alright. Device, nope, that's wrong. Don't y'all love when I don't know what I'm doing? Because I want to get music here so you're not just like listening to dead silence in my voice occasionally. Hello, sorry, I was not looking at the messages. Anyway, hi. So we're just getting audio set up here so I can play music in the background while we hang out. And I'm just not knowing how to do that. Media source? It's gonna be one of these. Like, I can't get this wrong continuously. Eventually, I will figure it out. Local file. Nope, that's not it. Play copyrighted music. Nah. See, I went to film school. I know copyright, and I don't want to get copywritten. I mean, I guess I could just... Okay. You've added a browser source. Browsers let you display web... No, that's not what I want! I don't know what I'm doing! Yes, get rid of that. Okay, new plan. If I just go into here, this should capture the audio from my desktop. So we're gonna run a little test, okay? Can you hear the lo-fi? Can y'all hear the lo-fi music? Oh wait, might help if I unmute. Okay. Are y'all able to hear it? No? Aw, man. Okay, that is weird. That is very confusing. Why? Oh, you did hear it? Ah, my goodness. Well, it's gone because I stopped playing it, that's why. But, okay, so, let's see. I got websites open that Twitch links you to when you want music. So, just that wants me to download it. I don't want to download it, I just want to play the music. Okay, oh shoot, how am I gonna do this? How am I going to do this? Okay, big brain. I'm gonna open a lo-fi live stream. Okay, fine-tune your experience. I don't really care about that. Connect to Spotify. Don't have one. Leave feedback. Whatever. Alright. Y'all hearing the lo-fi now? Are we good now? Wait, I can check on my end. What am I doing? Let's see. Wait, I can check on my end. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, well, awesome. We got that figured out. Woohoo! So now, welcome to the art stream, where I'm gonna stream art. It's gonna be super intense. There's gonna be no relaxation whatsoever. Anyway, I have a character that I drew in my big sketchbook the other day, which I cannot seem to find my sketchbook now. But I took a picture of it, so I'm just gonna load that up, and we're gonna color it. I know I just took a picture of it. I love not knowing where stuff is. Like, this is crap I should have had prepped in advance of the stream, but here we are. Okay, here it is. Save image. Yeah, I can go in the downloads folder, whatever. Alright. Came for technical difficulties, now you're leaving? Wow, okay. Oh, you'll be writing. Cool. Alright, so what I should be able to do now, if I'm not insane, is I should just be able to drag, drop, bingo, boingo. There we go! So, first things first is I need to scale this up. well, not scale this up, but I need to fix the resolution. Yeah. Oh, you got a water park? Hey! Watercolors, man. Watercolors. So the size of this is 2.6... 112... Or... 1.2, not 112. What am I talking about? And then... Oh, no! The numlock is trolling me. Sorry, my bad. Okay, whatever. I'll just type on the regular keys. Alright. 3, 7, 3, 6. I'm increasing the resolution because we like good resolution in this house. I mean, I've never used watercolors with chlorine. Maybe something interesting would happen. Who knows? Because when you put salt on watercolors, it makes them kind of like explode out. It looks really cool. So, who knows? Maybe you're onto something here. Alright. So, duplicate this layer, because we've got some weird, like, spacing with this image, I've noticed. A lot of room at the feet, not so much at the head, so I'm gonna fix that. So what we're gonna do is... Oh, it's been a while since I've done this on computer. I've been drawing on tablet. I'm forgetting the keybinds. I'm just gonna flip this vertically. Now there's a method to my madness, okay? Because I'm gonna put this one back on, and then I'm just gonna shimmy it down a little. Aha! Okay. So this is what I was talking about. We've got some weirdness right along the edge there. I'm gonna do my best to fix that. Alright, merge this down. Keeping the originals just in case I need to do something else. Oh, wait, why didn't that... Oh, that's why. Haha. I'm losing my marbles. Anyway, keeping the originals just in case I need to fix something, but I believe there is a tool called the clone tool or something like that in here. I've never used it before, but now seems as good a time as any. So, where would it be is the question. I never use these tools, so... Oh, I didn't mean to... Oh, what is happening here? Got a question. When I color, do I color realistically or use whatever color? I mean, I guess it really depends on what I'm doing and what kind of look I'm going for. So for this one, I'm definitely going to be using a lot of browns, I think. More muted colors on this one. But, I mean, if I go to past art I've done, like, here's a different piece I did a while ago. And this one, I don't think I would call it realistic colors. I mean, like, we got rainbow here. So, but, it really depends on what kind of look I'm going for. Yeah. Exactly, you know what? That was an OC for Welcome Home, I will admit to that. Let's see. Here's a different character I did. It's for a comic I never ended up finishing, but with this one, I only used one color. So, I mean, it really depends on what I'm doing, what colors I use. Thank you. Here's yet another one, and this one's got shading, but I don't know, I mean, it depends on the character, it depends on the vibe, stuff like that, you know? So, I need to find the tool that fixes this, and I don't know where that tool is. It's not the liquify, eraser, blend, copy stamp, I'm not crazy, here it is. Hold Alt or while specify reference to see set cop fix. None of that was English. Okay. Okay, so copy here, paste here, and then there we can. Let's not go that far, but we can clean that edge up. So in Clip Studio Paint, there's plenty of cool things you can do. There's probably a better way for me to do this, but I don't know it, so we're just gonna do the screw it, this looks somewhat okay way. There. Because, like I said, I just want to fix that edge. I'm not intending to do anything, like, too fantastic with it. Oh, that's not ideal. Just cleaning it up and copying things that don't need to be copied because that's what you do. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Just cleaning up the edge. This is gonna look crappy when I zoom out, but again, not going for perfect at the moment. I'm just trying to get rid of that line so it doesn't annoy me. Almost done. Almost. And I'm noticing now there's a line on the side I didn't see. Lovely. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes clip just stops for a second and it scares me, but look, see? Well, it's not perfect. I mean, there's some spots where it's a little weird, but that's not super important. I'm gonna check those two. So, now we get to the fun part, which is figuring out how I'm gonna color this. Ooh, that reminds me. I have saved on my tablet a color palette that I use a lot. So what I'm gonna do real quick is wonder why my tablet is opening random apps. This is the tablet I've got. It's a Samsung something or other. And it needs charged. Oh my goodness, my life is like my life needs charged. Someday this will do what it needs to do, but the nice part with Clip Studio is if you have it on a tablet and on a computer, if you draw something on a tablet, you can sync it to the cloud and load it on your computer, which is what I'm going to do right now with the color palette I have. Let's see. Color palette, color palette. Where is my color palette? There we go. So, if I can remember how to do this, because there's no guarantee, but if I can remember how to do this, I'm going to sync this up. Let's see. Export to special export, maybe? No. Export to... I don't know what that did. Alright, I need to... Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. There's two parts to Clip Studio. There's the main drawing portion, which is this amazing thing up top. And then there's... Oh, I need to log in. Yeah, log me in, bro. I don't know why it logged me out. But there's the cloud syncing area, which I was not in for some reason. So, let's see. Projects. Alright, palette, sync please. I think that's correct. No, it's not. It's not. I screwed up. Holy goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Projects. All. No, I didn't want to add a new folder. Well, I got a new folder now. Like I said, this is stuff I really should have figured out ahead of time. Cloud. Yeah, how do I gotta figure out how to add something to the cloud here. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Alright, we're going to Google because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's see. Sharing data between different devices. How to use the cloud. Let's see. Alright. Tab count, tab login, projects, manage works. That's the thing. Manage materials. Well, I don't need to manage materials. I need to manage works. That's not correct at all. Only artwork saved to the Clip Studio app storage in the Files app will be... Oh, I don't have it saved in the right spot. Okay, okay. Well, save as, palette, and that needs to go in here. Okay. Replace, please. Thank you. So I didn't have the file saved to the right spot, hence why I couldn't send it to the cloud. But now that I've got that, I should be able to. Projects. Yep, there it is. Unable to sync the file as it's currently open. Okay, well, shot. Goodbye. Do not save. I don't need that saved. I need to sync. Ah, ha, ha. Projects. Palette. Sync to the cloud. Do it. Alright. Now, if I'm not utterly insane, you should be able to open... Nope, that's not right. I should be able to... Alright. There's a tab. This is the thing. This is... Well, I don't think you can see it on your screen because I'm only sharing the window, but there's a different part of cannot create clip because another application of clip is... Oh, I gotta close this. Haha, what am I doing? There we go. Little scatterbrain today. I don't know what it is. Something in the air. Alright. Okay. Clear completed transfers. That's not super important. I need to go to Manage Works. And then... Oh, wait. No. Palette. Or palette. What am I talking about? Cloud. Not palette. Cloud. Well, I'm confused. It should be here. I swear I just sent it up. Unable to find file. Well, yeah, I would assume so. It's not where it should be. Yes, clear completed transfers. Okay. It should be in the cloud. I don't know why it's not going up to it. Open this again. We love technical difficulties in this household. And my tablet is dying, so I gotta get this figured out, because, well, I won't be able to real soon. It's at 33%. Okay. Projects. Yeah, that should be in the cloud. Oh, no, it's not. I'm losing my marbles. Okay, in this app. That's in the app. I'm slowly figuring it out. Okay. Works saved. Uploading works. Upload works to on the project screen. Shared syncing on. Oh, well, syncing is on. Why you no sync? Why won't this... Okay, I think I have it figured out, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Is it in the cloud now? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. It's up in the cloud now, so I should be able to open it on my computer. All of this over a palette. Alright. Refresh. And it should be... There it is. Ugh, got the hiccups. So, let's see, manage material, now manage works. And then, if I'm not insane, maybe I am insane, where did it go? Unable to find file. It's right there. I don't know what you want from me. Overwrite device data with cloud data. Yes, please. Unable to find file. What? Notification. I don't know why it's saying it's unable to find the file, because I know darn well the file is there. I just put it there. Well, technical difficulties. This is just kind of what happens, I suppose. Because manage works. I can see it's in the cloud. It's right there. Download and overwrite. And it won't download. Unable to find file. What do you mean unable to find file? Okay, oh, I see what happened. I see what happened. Okay. Alright. There. So then... Okay, I think I get what happened now. It wasn't able to download over the original, but now that I've synced the original back up... Oh my goodness. It should be able to do it this time. All this for a color palette. Checking for updates. Successfully downloaded. Yes! Okay, okay. So now, once more, if I'm not crazy. Wait, can I open this, please? Figured it out! Alright, here's the color palette I've been using. I'm just gonna scooch this over so you can see it and my big fat head's not in the way. But I've been using these quite a lot just because these are the colors I always use for some reason. But I enjoy them. You can use whatever colors you want, honestly, like. But I'm gonna be using stuff from this palette today. So, finally we get to actually doing art. So what I'm doing is I have this layer set to multiply at the moment, but normally what you can, like, always play around with filters if you have the ability to, because sometimes you might find something that's a little better for what you're doing than you expect. I grabbed multiply just because it seems to color it without like darkening the actual layers and whatnot, but I'm not I might be doing this the wrong way around. I might need to move this down here and then set this to multiply. Or does that look the same? Let's find out. Set this to normal, and then boop this up, and set this to multiply. So... Oh, they look the same. Okay, it doesn't matter what order then. So, yeah. And if I just, do a layer on top... Oh, no, that's lighter. What? Maybe it's not... Maybe it's overlay? No. I don't know. I think I'm crazy here. I'm just trying to get the colors I put on this to be as similar to the original colors as possible. So, yeah, that doesn't fix it either. Oh well. Now we're just gonna have to compensate. Because as you can see, I'm drawing with a lighter brown, but it's coming out darker on there, which just means I'll have to use a lighter brown. Unless... No, that's not working. That's definitely not working at all. That's making it blue. Yeah. Well, darker color is definitely, like, the most accurate, but then it's looking weird on the lines, so I don't think I'm gonna use that one. Ah, well, just playing around with it, seeing what we can... I got green off that one. That was weird. Oh, that color is close, but it's too light. Darken is not good. Multiply isn't bad, but it's not good. I'm just going through everything on here just to see if there's anything that's close or if multiply is going to be the best bet. Yeah, that green was interesting, but not quite what I'm going for. At least not at this stage, because at this stage I'm just going to be throwing in flat colors before I get into shading or anything like that. I mean, like, linear light looks cool, but again, not quite what I'm going for at the moment. I'm just trying to find what mode here looks the closest to just a regular flat color. Yeah, it seems... Okay, so... color or multiply. Because I could go either way with this at this point. Like, neither of them are matching the brown I've got here. But it's like, is the darker leaning one better? Or should we go with the lighter leaning one? I'm kind of thinking darker, because it is a little closer than that. But up to you guys. Ah. Oh, man. Yeah. That's fair. Ooh. If I do a multiply layer over that, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So, I think I'll do color, and then if I'm feeling sassy, I'll put the multiply layer over top of it. Alright. So, right now, I'm using one of the standard brushes that you get in Clip Studio Paint, the textured pen. But I'm not sure I'm liking it. Let's see what this one does. That one's better, actually. Okay, so I'm using the Real G pen. It's standard in Clip. There's all kinds of stuff you can play with in this program, but right now we're just doing a chill art stream, so I'm gonna color and shade this. And if we have time, maybe I'll just, maybe I'll do something, like start from scratch drawing something in here. We will see, we will see. So, oh man, it's been a while since I've drawn up on my computer. I've been drawing on my tablet for quite a while now. So it's definitely a little bit of a different experience looking up rather than looking down. I'm not in shrimp pose anymore. I'm in, like, dog begging for snack pose. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do my best, honestly, but I'm gonna go around the edges, and once I got the edges done, I'm gonna paint bucket tool it, and I'm just gonna do all of the edges, so I'm not coloring any one specific part at the moment. But we will get there when we get there. I'm glad I got the music working though, so I don't have to continuously yap. So, something I've found that kind of helps with getting better at line confidence is... Honestly, I never got better at line confidence. I still do chicken scratch lines, but I do many chicken scratch lines next to each other so that they look like one solid line. It's big brain. But what I have found helped with getting a little better at doing one big line is... gesture drawings, which I know they're boring. Art teachers say you should practice your gesture art, and it's like, no, I don't want to, but it does actually help, unfortunately. And there's like exercises out the wazoo on YouTube for that, which is nice. And they'll do it so it's like 30-second gesture, minute gesture, 10-minute. The hour-long gesture is like, I didn't like it because who wants to draw the exact same pose over and over again for an hour? I sure don't. I feel like I don't really need my camera on for this stream, now that I'm thinking about it. Because you're not going to be getting a whole ton of interesting reactions from me. You might see me go, oh, but that's probably gonna be about it. Oh, and digital art. If anyone here is doing digital art, save like you're paranoid, okay? Like save like every stroke is gonna crash the program. Because the one time you think, oh, I've been drawing for 30 minutes, but it's been okay, I don't need to save, that's when it'll crash. And save backups too, very important. In fact, I haven't saved at all, so I'm gonna save. Let's see. Art. Let's see. Very important to save. And save it back up. And there we go. Now I don't have to worry. If this crashes, I won't lose the like 4 seconds of work I've done. This program, thankfully, a lot of the time, at least in my experience, it's been very, very stable. So I haven't had crash problems with it, not like Photoshop. When I used to do art in Photoshop, which is honestly utter insanity, because like Photoshop is more for photo editing than it is for like drawing and doing art, but I used to use it for that because that was the only program I had that let me do layers. Otherwise it was MS Paint, and well, we all know how that is. But when I used to draw in Photoshop, I had a problem where I think if I went over like maybe 15 layers, something around that number, but if I went over that number of layers, not only would it crash, but a lot of the time it would actually end up corrupting my work too, so I wouldn't actually be able to even open the project anymore, and that sucked. But I haven't had that problem at all with Clip. And granted, the version of Photoshop I was using at the time was the CS6 version, which was pretty old. I think that was the last version of Photoshop before they switched to being like online subscription. I could be wrong, but I think that was the last one before it became a subscription-based program. And honestly, I used the subscription version of Photoshop. I had to when I was in film school and when I was in animation college. And I gotta say, the CS6 version, even with its crash problems that I was having, was more stable somehow. Which, like, that just sucks, you know? Like, losing your work is never enjoyable. This is kind of why as much as I love all of the colors and all of the goofy effects I can do with digital art, most of the time I actually end up drawing on paper, just because, like, it's never gonna crash. I don't have to worry about saving or auto-saving. Like, the biggest problem I could have with paper is spilling something on it, it getting torn, or like my cat clawing the sketchbook. Like, paper is a lot more trustworthy in that way. But then there's some things on paper that you miss out on. Like, there's no undo. Your undo is an eraser, and you better hope it's a good eraser, because sometimes you get the ones that just smudge everywhere, and it's like, oh my god. Why did I even bother erasing? That made more of a mess smudging than it did not erasing. But I have been seeing recently, I don't know what it's called, but there's a tablet specifically for art, and it looks like you're drawing on paper. Like, all of the pens are just pencil-like pens, but it's a tablet, so you have the ability to undo, save, erase, and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting. But I don't know. I just kind of prefer pen and paper because, you know, it lasts. Yeah. Oh, somebody's cooking something. I smell food. It smells good to me. But I don't know what it is. It smells like some kind of meat-based object. It's funny, normally I don't draw to lo-fi music. This is definitely on the opposite side of my music taste spectrum. Because normally I listen to, well, recently I've been listening to a lot of Ozzy Osbourne, and I've been listening to Metallica and Megadeth. Those have been my main ones. But I'll listen to almost everything pretty well. Like, I'm one of those rare people who will listen to disco and not roast it. Because ABBA was good. I don't care what people say, I enjoyed it. I'm going a little slower than I usually would. See, anytime you have an audience while you're doing something, you automatically seem to get like 5 times worse at it than you actually are. Like, especially with Nubby's Number Factory the other day. The other day I say. The last time I played it on stream, like, normally I'm good at it. Like, I actually reached the point in the game where I broke it. I got a score of 1 Google. That's the highest score you can get with the game, like, counting it, but I can't reach that on stream. Ooh, nice. Yeah, definitely enjoy Guns N' Roses. It's been a while since I've listened to them. Like, the day I figure out how to get how to use copyright music in these streams, definitely gonna put that on. Like, I see big streamers do it, and I'm pretty sure it's just that they're splitting their audio so that, it's not recording to the Twitch VOD, but I have no idea. I don't know. And I don't want to risk it because, well, I just started doing this. I don't want to get banned. I'm not really feeling this song. There was... because I'm using a website for this, but there was a Google Drive that's full of music you can use on Twitch, and I saw chiptune stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play that, and then I realized, oh wait, it's in a Google Drive, I'd have to play every individual track every time it ends. And that would be annoying. So I didn't end up doing that for this stream, but I'm figuring what I can do is just edit them all, either edit them all together or actually make a playlist and have that play for the next stream. Ugh. Nose is running. Oh, what's this doing? Okay, that's what that's doing. I went a little over the line there, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's very important in art that whatever you're drawing, whatever you're painting, whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. And to try and not beat yourself up about things when you, inevitably, when you draw something and you're like, man, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to, or maybe you've drawn something and you screwed up somewhere and there's a mistake and you're the only one who can see it, but it's bugging the crap out of you. You gotta be able to just, like, go, okay, I'm done, it's done. So what if it's not perfect? You made it. And honestly, with AI now, if you can make something, you're already, like, eons ahead of a lot of people. Because there are people who are AI generating art, and I see them, and it's like, look, you're gonna spend hours trying to get this to generate an approximation of what you're thinking of, whereas you can pick up a pencil, draw something terrible, but it is what you intended. Like, it may not be perfect, but it will be what's in your head, because, well, you know what's in your head, the machine doesn't. And I personally believe that every single person on this planet can draw. Like, for anyone who says they can't draw, yeah, you can. You pick up a pencil. And maybe you can only draw stick figures, but, like, you can draw stick figures. Machines were struggling to make Will Smith eat pasta, okay? And maybe they're kind of decent now. Maybe they're even good now. But there's no soul. And if you pick up a pencil, no matter what you draw, even if it's just absolutely just dog shit overall, you drew it, it's got soul, it's automatically better. Even if it's not better from a technical standpoint. You know? And like even this, I'm noticing like weird spots as I'm coloring like just a flat layer. Yeah, totally. Like, if nothing else, like, do little doodles. Like, I've drawn this big guy here, but sometimes I open up a canvas and I realize my pen is way too small, so I gotta make it bigger for the example. But sometimes I open up a canvas and I'll just draw, like, Boom. It may not be good, but it's recognizable as cat. And that's automatically better than anything AI can pump out. Even if the AI is on a technically on a better level, maybe it's got more shading, maybe the anatomy's better. It will never capture the whimsy of that little face. Oh, well, now my pen's too big. Did it to myself. I wish they were using AI for different things than what it's being used for. Because... Oh, hi! Oh, you're diseased, oh no. Enjoying the process. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. There's a voice that overcorrects everything in your head and it keeps me from drawing further. You know what? I get that. I mean, everyone who does anything even remotely creative, there's gonna be a voice in your head that's saying, hey, sure you did this, but that guy over there did it better. Or you're not doing good enough at this, so you should just do something else or give up. But you gotta try not to listen to that critic in your head. There's a comic I saw on Tumblr ages ago, and I'm gonna do a very poor recreation here for you guys. But I'm gonna just do it here. Just, you got guy number one who's standing there and he's like looking at the cake he made and he's like, man, this guy's cake over here is so much better. Oh, I had a network error on my laptop, that's weird. But like, you got the guy here and he's like, wow, that guy's cake is better. But then to anyone else looking at it, they're like, holy crap, there's two cakes. It's not so much, wow, this guy's cake is better, it's just there's two cakes. You put it out in the world. What is going on with the stream here? Did I lose video? I don't know what's going on with the stream. I lost video on my laptop, and I don't know if that's my computer being weird, or if that's the laptop, or what's happening there, but, I think I'm back. Oh, I got scrungled. No! What? I should not be getting scrungled. Okay. That's weird. Because I had a whole internet issue the other day, but, yeah, basically all I was trying to say, and I don't know if you caught it because of the scrungling, but don't worry about your cake being smaller, whether that's a writing cake or art cake or whatever, because some guy's gonna come along and go, holy crap, there's a bunch of cake here. He's not gonna be worried that, like, this one's got frosting and fondant and, like, there's, like, little figures all over it. And then that one is just chocolate cake. Some people just want chocolate cake. Some people aren't too concerned with, like, all the bells and whistles of the big thing, you know? And I get it with writing, too. I actually, there's a billion things I want to write that I don't end up writing because yeah, there's that nagging voice where it's like, you've used that word 4 times. Why don't you use a different word? Well, because you don't know different words, and you're writing the same way over and over, and your characters all sound the same, so you should just not. And then I look at myself and I go, what do you know? I mean, what I'm getting at is, like, you will always be your own worst critic, but you also gotta realize that, like, that's you talking, and you can look at yourself and go, what are you talking about? You don't know shit. And I know it's difficult, but it does take practice, and it is a skill that you can increase. Yeah, exactly. Like, I know for myself that a lot of my characters that I make, a lot of them tend to bleed into each other, and that's inevitable, because as a writer, as a creative, anything you do, your own experiences are going to bleed into it whether you want them to or not. But I know that a lot of my characters, there is character bleed between them sometimes, and that's okay. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm making something. Whether or not it's good, that's a later problem. Right now, I'm creating something, and it's fun. I've got this huge story I've been working on and off. I have a Discord for it, I have a website for it. And I'm kind of in the not working on it part, but like it's fun. Hey, anytime. Like, I'm just trying to do unto others as I would have done to me, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh, and another important thing, specifically with art. Ignore the art teachers who say to not draw anime. Okay? Like, don't box yourself into just drawing anime, but if they're trying to tell you that it's a crap art style or that you're not going to improve if you just draw anime, like, it's not that you won't improve, it's more that you'll get really good at drawing anime, and then you might have a harder time drawing other styles. Yeah, I mean, even that too. But, I like to think that it's coming from the standpoint of you'll get really good at drawing anime, but then you might have a harder time drawing other things. And then the other factor of it, I guess, would be that, like, we all know it, anime anatomy can be questionable sometimes. So I think if they're looking at it from a pure, like, anatomy standpoint, they look at the big eyes that are low on the head, and they're like, well, that's wrong. But it's not wrong. It's a stylization. Yes, exactly. And yeah, it is an art form. And it's also an art form from a different part of the world, which that's important to take into consideration too, because, well, over here, we've got our own, I'm not going to call them problems, but we've got our own habits with art in cartoons. Like, I know it's been dogged on constantly, and I should just leave this canvas open because I'm going to keep coming back to it, but I know it's been dogged on constantly, but over here we've got the Cal Arts art style. Like, that, we all know it, we've all seen it, because you got Steven Universe is that art style, but then, like, Star vs. the Forces of Evil is that art style, and then, of course, like, Gravity Falls is that art style. So, for any art teacher who's, like, sitting there going, all anime looks the same, you're not improving, you're just drawing the same thing, Cal Arts art style. Yeah. And you know what? I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I like to draw little round guys. If I go to my amazing, wonderful, gigantic folder of art and actually manage to locate what I'm looking for, I have a little guy that I drew him round. Here we go. Like, technically, this could fall into the Cal Arts round face, bean mouth art style. But I don't care. He looks cute. I drew him. That's how he's gonna be. Yeah. But, just depending on where you are in the world and depending on what schools you've gone to or not gone to, it's gonna affect the art. So, dogging on anime just ain't fair. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad art style, not at all. It's just an art style. And a lot of people use it because A, it's simple and easy to replicate. B, it's very easy to animate. As somebody who's gone through animation school, that kind of art style is definitely a lot easier, especially when you're using animation rigs. But then, like, yeah, it's not a bad art style. It's just a style. And I'm under the firm belief that there's no bad art style. There may be questionable usage of art styles. There may be questionable art, but that's going to happen whether you want it to or not. Because anyone who can draw and feels like drawing will draw. In fact, if I can find it, and there's no guarantee I'll be able to because this is very old, but I used to have a DeviantArt because, well, everyone had a DeviantArt at some point. But, and I had a really edgy DeviantArt name because I was a total loser. That's just how it goes. I made this when I was like, God, I don't even know how old I was when I made this account. But this account is old enough that if I go to the art gallery, I can show y'all some really bad art that I used to do. Yeah, if you look at your art too long, you're gonna find mistakes out the wazoo, because that's just what happens. Let's see here, what's something from my... Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, as somebody who used to really draw anime a lot, here is something that I put up into the world with no problem. I used a character creator online, like one of those little doll sites, and I made this, and I drew the head next to it in MS Paint, and by God, I look at it now and I think, oh my God. But the important part is I made that, and I put it online anyway. Yeah, exactly. Like, you read the word, like, licorice too many times, and it doesn't sound like a word anymore. But, like, I put that on the internet. That is something that will haunt me till I die. But I put it on the internet. I did it anyway. And that's the important part. Yeah. Oh god, I got some Sonic EXE art as well. I'll throw that up for you guys too, because wowie, this is not good. Well, I say it's not good now, but that's just because I've gotten better at art. At the time, I thought I was hot shit with this. But I look at it now, and I question it. Yeah, exactly. It's got charm to it, even if it's... Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say even if it's whatever. It's got charm to it, because it just is. Ooh, I've even got... Okay, here's another, because I used to really be into Sonic. This I drew on paper, and admittedly the picture I took isn't great, but... Like, I was just drawing to draw, and I feel like there's a certain freedom when you're first learning how to draw, when you don't know anything about shading or proportions or physics or anything like that. There's a certain freedom in it, because you just draw because you're enjoying it. And I think some of my most creative stuff I ever did was before I knew anything about art. Yeah, exactly. I've actually got digital art from way back in the day too. So I used to watch Markiplier and Jacksepticeye for the longest time, so obviously I had to draw them, but I look at it now, and I have notes for myself, but if I was to critique it how I would critique art now, like if I was to go back in time to give myself art advice, like I would say that you got the right idea. Like there was some knowledge of where the shadows would go, and the glow is fun. Like I think that what I'm trying to say is like it's important to not... Wow, I'm not wording things well. I know what I'm trying to say and it's not coming out. Yeah, put effort into it. It was fun. Did your best. Oh, what am I trying to say? Okay. When you're critiquing your stuff now, try and imagine if you were critiquing your younger self. Because you wouldn't be nearly as harsh to a kid as you are to yourself present day. So if you're going to critique your stuff, like, just try and go a little easier on yourself than you normally would. Just in general, just try and go easier on yourself, because you're learning. And you wouldn't tell a little kid, your art is terrible, you need to stop, you need to do something else, because that's just mean. And why would you be mean to a little kid? So, your hand, you're you, same little kid, you're just learning. I'm not wording this as well as I'm intending to, but, you know, I hope you kind of get what I'm trying to say. Like, you wouldn't look at someone else who's just learning how to do art and critique them as harshly as you would critique yourself. And it's important to try and critique yourself the way you would critique someone else. Not as harsh, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, anytime I see anyone doing art, it's like, oh, thank you, I'm glad I'm getting my point across. Yeah, exactly. Well, it was more free because you weren't thinking as hard. You weren't putting as much pressure on yourself, so you were able to get a little more creative with it and a little more silly with it. just because you weren't focusing as hard. And like some of my best art present day has come when I'm like exhausted and I'm just drawing at night because I should be sleeping but I can't sleep, so I need to do something. And it's that flow state where you're not thinking too hard, you're just doing it. And some of my best arts come from that. Yeah. And it's certainly nowadays a lot of art can feel samey, not just because of the style, but also because, well, advertisers are terrible. Advertisers really, really wrecked the internet, in my opinion, because everything has to be sanitized for the advertisers. But then the advertisers will try and sell you things that are way worse than what they're sanitizing you out of, you know? So that definitely affected it. And then the other problem is just everyone's trying to be like everyone else. Everyone wants to fit in, everyone wants to be cool and have attention on their art. So, of course, people are going to kind of do the same sorts of things. And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like, as long as you're just not, like, directly copy-pasting somebody else's stuff and going, I made this. Because no, you didn't. You copy-paste it. Yeah. You know what? Pat yourself on the back for that. Like, honestly, you're making something. Like, don't downplay your creativity or your ideas or your achievements, man. Like, that's really cool that you're doing that. There we go. Very long line. So, like I said, I'm just going around the outside edge, and then I'm gonna fill in the center. But this takes a while. It is relaxing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel with creatives, a lot of the time what ends up happening is artists, writers, everyone, not only are we being our own worst critics, but we're also, like, being the anti-cheerleaders for ourselves. If that makes sense, because, like, I see this a lot with commissions specifically. Like, people who do art, every single one of you, you're all underpricing. And you need to bump your prices up, I beg you. Like, even if you don't think your art's that good, please, I'm begging you, bump your price up. Because anyone who says, oh, you're overcharging, you should be doing it cheaper. Well, if it's not the right price for you, you can either A, buy from someone else, or B, do it yourself. And if you can't do it yourself, then you don't get to, like, dictate how much something should be priced. Because they will always price it lower than it should be priced. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you should at least, if you're doing art commissions, just as an example, you should at least be charging minimum wage for your work. So, like, if it takes you 4 hours to draw something and minimum wage is $20 an hour, then that would come out to like $80. So, like, definitely don't undersell yourself. Even if you don't think it's good, and even if it's not good, don't undersell yourself. I know that for myself, I was underselling, and my prices were really, really cheap. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, so like don't sell yourself short on anything you do, whether it's paid or unpaid, fun or not fun. Like, the fact that you're doing something, not everyone can do things. And that just applies to everything across the board, not just art, but like not everyone can do whatever you're doing. So don't assume that everyone is at the same skill level or better than you. Mouth's getting dry from yapping. There we go. I've also found that one way to become less critical about your own art, and I'm going to keep coming back to art because, well, it is an art stream, but I've found that one way to be less critical about your art... Ooh, cool. Yeah, I definitely love to see it. But I've found that one way to be a little less critical about your art and to improve, it's a twofer for this one, but is to draw with a pen. So that way there's no undoing, there's no like fixing it. Once it's on the paper, it's on the paper. And I've found that I've actually loosened up with my art a lot just from drawing with pen, because at first, yeah, I was stressing and I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna mess this up, and then I would mess up and I'm thinking, oh man, I can't fix that, that's just gonna be there forever. But the more you do it, the easier it actually is, and funny enough, the less mistakes, quote unquote, you'll make less mistakes. Blah, words. Like, I can show on camera here. Let me just finish this one little line there. Perfect. If I could turn big cam on, maybe? Big cam, hello? There we go. Okay. I don't know why it took a second longer than I expected, but I'm going to share some art I've done in pen on paper. And I was really worried about it, because I was like genuinely thinking that I made some pretty big mistakes on it. But, here we go. Alright. So, I did this with pens. And I think this was the first piece where I didn't sketch it. I just drew it with pen. And I personally see a ton of mistakes in it. But I made my piece with it. And later, when I drew with pen again in the very same notebook here, I was a little more confident with it. And every subsequent piece of art I've done in this notebook here, I've been a little more confident with. Like, here's an even more recent one. And you can see it's not as scribbly. But yeah, like, drawing with pen helped way more than I thought it would. People don't understand that others go there for what they have. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked that art. That was very fun to draw, especially because, like I said, it was with pens, so I just had to live with it. But yeah, like, thank you. But yeah, like when you're able to stop trying to make things look good, it gives you a lot of freedom, because then you're not focusing on as hard on making something look good. You're just focusing on what you're drawing, and you're having more fun with it. Like, being creative, no matter what you do, art or otherwise, you're being creative. It should be, to some extent, kind of fun. Something you enjoy. Not just, I'm doing this because I have to, or I'm doing this and I'm not enjoying it, but I want to get it done. Like, it should be something that it's not, like, weighing on you. Ugh, got the hiccups now. You know what? I'm just like I'm thinking about a lot of things all at once while we're just chilling here, but maybe I should do like an art stream and a gaming stream in the week, so just to alternate, you know, instead of just one or just the other. That might be nice. My lips are so dry right now. I need chapstick, but the problem with chapstick is I will never use the whole thing because I either lose it or I eat it. Chapstick is not my friend. Ooh, you know what? Since I'm down at the shoes here, I can talk something else with art. References. References are your best friend. Using art references, holy smokes, it helped. I used to either draw things off memory or draw things off assumptions, and the second I started using references, whole new world opened up to me. Yeah, chapstick's the worst. But these specific shoes, I went through Pinterest and Google, and I was looking at all kinds of references for shoes with spats. because there's like different types of spats and whatever, and I found some I liked, so I drew them. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And then this one's gonna be a controversial take, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Tracing. You will improve by tracing. You will improve your lines by tracing. As long as you're not like claiming the art as your own, as long as it's like for practice or whatever. I highly recommend to trace things. I recommend tracing real people, like anything and everything. Because, yeah, it'll help you gain a better understanding of the shapes of objects. It'll help you gain a better understanding of like shading, and most of all, like it really, really does help with your line and shape confidence. Like, the amount of things back in the day that I traced, good lord. If I pop back over to my DeviantArt, and I'm not proud of this. This is not cool on my part, but there was art that I traced and then uploaded, and that's just not cool on my part, but at the time didn't know. Like I was still learning. But let's see. Yeah, muscle memory, that's what I'm trying to get at. Let's see. Oh man, I know I got something in here. Okay. So, this is not the best example because I did it on computer, and with computer, well, in MS Paint you've got a lot of leeway with lines, but this, oh, I accidentally saved instead of making the image. Oopsies, well I needed to save anyway. But this, 100% traced. Not even subtle. This was traced. But like, because I did this digitally, I didn't gain the benefit of the muscle memory. But if I had done this on pen and paper, it would have definitely helped with learning just those big curved lines. So if you're gonna trace, first off, don't upload it as your own art. That's bad. I shouldn't have uploaded that. But second off, if you are gonna trace, I recommend you do it pencil paper, or at least with a drawing tablet. Because otherwise, well, you're just using the line tool and you're not really gaining a whole lot from that. Adjust my glasses. And then, let's see. Life drawings help too. I know, they're boring. And I don't mean life drawing as in just like, the fruit in a bowl. Because, well, everyone's drawn the fruit in a bowl. Everyone's drawn fruit in the bowl, one eye, and maybe like a couple of hand practices. Because we all figured this is the right way to learn art. Because everyone needs to draw that fruit in a bowl, but you really don't. But life drawings in general, like of people, are very helpful. And you don't have to do like very stuffy poses or the naked guy sitting on a chair. You can just like go to a cafe and sketch people around you. And it will help. I actually had an assignment when I was in animation school to sit in the cafeteria and just draw people there. And it was fun because they're always moving. They're like talking or they're walking somewhere. They're turning their heads, so you gotta draw quick. And you gotta just get the basic details you can of them. And it was pretty relaxing too, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta like draw random people as your blorbos. And then I feel this is also going to be a very weird take, but I feel like everyone should make, and this applies to writing and not just art, but everyone should make a Mary Sue character. Like somebody that's just overpowered and everyone loves them, and they're like Raven, Darkness, Dementia way. Like, you need a cringe character. Because you'll look at the cringe character in the future, Or even right after you make it and you'll go, wow, why did I do that? Because making a cringe character, you learn real quick. You learn real quick the flaws with the cringe character, even if they are a character with 0 flaws. And I've found that I have characters who used to be cringe, but since I've kept them for so long, they've actually evolved into better versions of themselves. And I can actually show you one too, because boy oh boy did she go through a big evolution. Let's see, do I still have any art of her on my computer? I don't know. PNG and JPEG, do I have any? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that for you guys. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any digital art of this old character of mine, so I will draw an approximation for you. So they started out as a Sonic OC, as all good cringe OCs start out. And I'm drawing this off memory, so forgive the jank level, but it was a Sonic OC, there's gonna be jank. And you can probably already see exactly what kind of character this was, just from the stripes alone. But I think I had her in like a hoodie too. There. This is like very quick and dirty drawing of one of my old OCs. As you can see, I got lazier. Oh, forgot the hands. Perfect! Now that's a Sonic OC. You gotta really jank the hands up for the effect. Yeah, so it honest to God just started as Shadow 2.0, and then I did change her hair to be unfortunately more Amy coded, like it was more like that, and it still had the stripes obviously. But then eventually I decided to make her into a human for some unknown reason, and the human version was honestly not that different. Like, same hoodie and whatnot, like all that junk. It was basically just a humanized version. I don't know what happened with those legs there. I got really lazy. Oh, okay. See ya. But I started with honestly what could be considered hot garbage. But eventually I actually made her into her own character. And I'm just drawing the most recent version I remember of her because there have been at least 12, and every redesign was completely different. That was by design because I was very into Doctor Who. Guilty. But I'm just gonna do a little quick and dirty of it. I know she had her hair in a ponytail because ponytails are cool. There we go. She had a puffer jacket on too. Well, not puffer jacket. She had a bomber jacket. I'm struggling. I don't know why I'm struggling. I've drawn her a billion times. And just give her mitten hands because I don't feel like doing anything else. Hi! We're just yapping about OCs and how you should make an overpowered OC at one point in your life. There we go. And she had boots too. And they had eyes on them for some reason, just like on the heel. They're spiky. Well, actually, this character didn't start off Sans. It started off really questionable Sonic OC, but oh, and she had a gap tooth. But this character went from being questionable Sonic OC to actual character. Like, it was a direct, well, not a direct, it was a slow progression, but I feel it's important to not worry about making a cringe OC, because if you keep that OC, if you like that OC, and it's somebody that you think is just cool, then keep them. Keep working on them. Like, some of my most beloved, most treasured characters, they started as Sonic OCs. And in making an overpowered character and writing them with no flaws, an easy way to make sure you're not, like, writing a character with no flaws is... I'm losing what I'm saying as I'm saying it again. But, a way I've found to make sure your characters aren't turning into, like, overpowered, can do no wrong type characters would be giving them flaws. So, that character I sketched out on the other page there, that OC, her main flaw was, well, her main flaw that I ended up giving her later was that she was arrogant. So yeah, she has all these powers and such, she's powerful and whatnot, but, like, she's her own downfall. Ooh, yeah, I do remember. But, yeah, like, I find that one of the best ways to make a character a little more well-rounded is you look at their strengths and you find a way to make the strengths into a weakness rather than just, like, rando weaknesses. Like, if your character is a super genius, maybe they're a super genius in a book smart type way, but, like, they struggle remembering to fold their socks, or, like, they're so smart that they miss the more obvious type details is what I'm trying to get at there. Or if they're, like, super strong, maybe they don't always remember their own strengths, so they end up breaking things a lot. Like, every single weakness is a strength, and every single strength is a weakness when it comes to writing or drawing, well, writing or creating characters, I mean. It's just, like, which direction you want to push it in. So maybe a character, yeah, exactly, it is really fun. But I mean, like, even characters you have that are written to be good people. Like, maybe you have a character who's really, really empathetic. Like, they always know how to help their friends or people around them. But maybe it's the kind of empathy where they take care of others, but they don't really know how to take care of themselves. Things like that. I know that with my characters, I like to work on the flaws first and then work on the strengths. I don't know why I do that, but I just find it fun. And sometimes different things come out of the characters that I wasn't expecting because I've been working on them, and I think about how would they react in this situation, or what would they do in response to this? And that response, sometimes it's not exactly what I expected originally, like when I was originally designing the character, and it's like, oh, that does make sense for them though. So I think I'm about done finally doing this outer line that took a long time. I love that. I love that for them. Alright, if I'm correct... Oop, I'm zooming out too far. If I'm correct, though, I should be able to... Oop. Okay, I'm doing things wrong. Haha! Character flaw. Anyway, I'm just gonna put a flat gray layer in. Ugh, that was terrible, terrible gray. I usually pop in a gray at like about 50%, but it's just because this brown is like a very neutral brown, but I finished the outline. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm just gonna set it to normal so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. You learn about things unintentionally. There we go. I like that. That's a nice flaw. Alright. So now that I'm at this stage, this is where I go with the paint bucket. That way I'm not spending the next 4 hours just coloring it. And I just gotta clean up little spots like that, but normally I don't paint bucket in sections, but I'm going to this time because there's a lot of points on the characters, so there's going to be a lot of weird pixels that I need to fix. But normally I'm using a smooth brush, so I don't get those weird little spots. Not doing that today. There. And it's funny, I have one character that originally they started as like a totally different kind of character. But as I got writing them and as I was collaborating with some friends of mine in the server, and Joe, you know this story, they ended up changing a lot. Like almost into like the opposite of what the original character was. Which, that's always fun. Oh boy. Like I said, normally I don't fill it in sections like this. Normally I do it in one shot, but I'm getting these weird little non-filled pixels that I'm going back and fixing. So, c'est la vie. There we go. Ooh. Here's a fun thing when it comes to... Oh, when you D&D OCs was vastly different. Oh, nice! I love when characters end up accidentally Southern. I've had that happen. And it's like, why are you Southern? Why are you yeehaw? Low blow. Low blow. It's not my fault some of them end up yeehaw. That they made themselves yeehaw. But anyways, I was about to say, oh man, now I'm not remembering what I was gonna say. Oopsies. Wow, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Cool. No, that's okay. That's totally okay. Like, honestly, I didn't intend for, Bean to be, like, not a soft character. Bean was always gonna kind of end up that route anyway. Wow, I'm like, I completely blanked on what I was gonna say about making OCs. Something with writing them. I'll remember it eventually. Yeah, that was your fault, but it's okay. Honestly, I think he turned out to be a little more of a compelling character because of it. Alright, let's get that filled in and not make a weird little point there. There we go. Man, I wish I remember what I was gonna say. It's like totally gone. Yeah, totally. Alright, I think that's the last of the weird little points. Yeah, that's just how it goes, huh? Just checking to make sure there's no weird little pixels. Seems okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes characters end up completely different from how you intended with the story, and that is totally fine. And I mean, when I write stories and have people involved with them in any capacity, whether it's like that Tumblr one, or if it's why can I not remember the keybind for the paint bucket? I just had it. Am I insane? What? I swear I had a keybind for the paint bucket. Oh, I did. I'm insane. Alright. But yeah, whenever I write a collaborative type story, I write them in a way where like there's no real way to derail it. I leave lots of spots open, so even if people derail it, I can kind of steer it back to where it was headed, you know? Alright, now I can explain why I was doing this. So, I have this set to a multiply layer. What I'm going to do is, I'm gonna get gray at about 50%. Ugh. And then I'm going to change that to be gray. Oop, that's not the right. Edit. Color correction? Tonal correction? No. Oh my goodness. I'm forgetting the keybinds! Colorize? Convert to drawing color. It was just H. So, yeah, these other. Yeah. So the reason I did this the way I did is so that with Clip Studio, you can hit not Control G, Control Shift. No. What was the keybind? I'm forgetting all of the keybinds. It's been too long. Oh no. Okay. What is the keybind of this? Control Alt G? Yes, you can hit Control Alt G. So now, since this is just a normal layer, if I go in and just scribble, you can see it's not going outside the gray that we put down. So now I don't have to worry about that. That's why I do this that way. So clipping the lines like that, or clipping the layer, very nice. I dropped my keybinds on the floor. No, shush. I am gonna lighten this gray up though, because like it's a little grayer than I wanted. There, that's better. So now, when I pop colors on it, bingo boingo. And it's still not matching that, but whatever. Alright. So, I have not decided on his color ring. I haven't decided where it's going to be dark or where it's going to be light. Entirely. I mean, I have like a base idea of where things are going to be darker or lighter, but I haven't decided the colors. So, I'm going to go to Google. Is inspired, or I gotta add gold. I'm definitely adding gold, but his design was very, very heavily, mainly inspired by the Death's Head hawk moth. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing an image just off Google of it. And they have very nice coloring. Thank you. So I'm just grabbing some hawk moth pictures. Well, Death's Head hawk moth. New from clipboard, and then this is a good one, and create new from clipboard. So I got some references here, and because it's clip, I can actually like drag them off to the side and get them all organized. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that one like that, but there we go. So I can zoom these out a little, and now I've got some nice like color references. Very nice. Yeah, I know. I love these. These are my, like, definitely one of my favorite types of moths. Alright, so I'm gonna save, because it's been a little while. I know they squeak. It sparks so much joy. I'm gonna save again, and there we go. So, let's pick some colors out for him. I already have that one. I don't know what I was doing there. But back at my wonderful, beautiful, delicious palette, I've got some browns that I can use here. And I've got... Oh, this doesn't need to be open. I don't know why that's still open. I haven't named him, actually. So, I was actually going to bring that up a little later in the stream. But I have not named him yet. Oopsies. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blob some color in and not really worry too much about it, just to see how it might look. I don't normally do this. Normally I've got an actual like palette in mind, but I don't today, so we're just gonna get silly with it. Yeah, I mean, like, I actually really struggle with coming up with names for characters. Like, it's definitely not one of my strong suits. Ouch, what the... Oh, that's a scab. Oh well. Scratch my arm. But just gonna blob in color. Blobbity blob. Let's see. Let's grab this darker one. Oh, I don't know about that one. That one I think is a little too dark for this. Yeah, maybe. Like, I was trying to lean a little away from that specific name. Just because, like... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm coloring the wrong spot. Oopsies. Because, I mean, one of the original parts of this was Showbit, so I didn't want to call him something with show in the title. Fair enough. Hey, there you go. I gotta draw Digital Circus, OC. I gotta finish watching Digital Circus. What am I talking about? This is like, I'm really liking these browns though. Like these are working together really nice. Just color that part in a little more. That's a like very, very rich kind of color. And then I can darken these. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Just a second. Yeah, exactly. That is, I was leaning for that, yeah. So, for anyone in the stream who doesn't know, this character that I'm coloring in right now is a fusion design between two of my other characters, which, I'll pull them up in a second here. But this is a fusion design for two of my characters, and I had a lot of fun sketching this out the other night. You know, fair enough, that works. Alright. So, I have to find art of component number 1 to this, because I do have digital art of them. Okay, I'm insane. I do have digital art of both parts. Sweet. Alright. Wrong folder. PNG JPEG. I have my stuff sorted into a billion folders, so finding any one particular thing is interesting. Alright. Discord, load quicker. I know I have it saved in here. Somewhere I'll find my art. Oh, I'm seeing all of the DMs I was ignoring. Excellent. This is... Oh my goodness. Ah! I'm just trying to find this art piece. Okay. I have a Discord server that I made for myself, and I've got stuff saved in it. So it's just finding where things ended up. Alright. File. New from clipboard. Alright. Now I can explain. Now I can give context. Woohoo, yippee! Alright, make that fit to screen, and then make this fit to, well, not screen, but fit to window. So, this moth dude here is a fusion between the guy in green and this guy up in red. So, guy in green, I've themed him around moths already, but I haven't made it super explicit. And then the guy in red, well, he's a game show host. So, with the moth here, I was kind of aiming to blend those, you know? And now I shall go back to blobbing in color. I'm just trying to get a feel for what the balances will be, because I don't want to put too much dark in one spot and then like not enough in another. And I don't want parts of it to get lost. Okay. There we go. Because if you have too much of one color in a spot, you can kind of lose details, which is unfortunate. It sucks. But so far, I'm thinking the balance here is pretty decent. It's like giving coffee vibe almost. No, that's part of his pants. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm vibing with this. Yeah, no, that's fine too, honestly. Like, there's a lot of wiggle room with his design, because yes, part of his original component is a game show host, but like, there are radio shows. I mean, like, the first one that comes to mind is like CBS Radio Mysteries, which that one was pretty cool. I don't think that's what the title of that was. Like, it was Radio Mysteries, and it was full on stories and voice acting and whatnot. No. I get what you're saying that, and you know what? It's funny that you're saying that, because when I was originally sketching this design out, you will never guess who I looked at. Let's see if I can find him. Let's see. Where is he? C-H-A-H-I-J-K. There he is. I looked at this because of the coat. Yeah! See? Like I was saying earlier, my old characters bleed into my new ones. It's inevitable. And Fell especially bled into this guy. And yes, for anyone who doesn't know, the little cat there, that was my doodle of Mary in the chat. Yes, I make bugs. But that's definitely where part of that came from. I won't lie to you. But, let's see. Oh, I have my moth references over here, and I'm not even using them. I'm gonna close these two because I don't really need them open at the moment. Alright. Okay, so these spots would be lighter. But the color balances are pretty nice, and then these buttons would be lighter. And then I'm thinking on the coat, since they're already light, I'm going to make the buttons dark. For contrast, you see? Alright. I don't know, I mean, do I need... no. But if I do this... Yeah, keeping that in. So now I want a lighter color. Because, like, this is really giving coffee. And I like that. I like that it's kind of giving coffee. Let's see how this turns out. Ooh, that is not a good yellow. Yeah, that's not a great yellow. Go back to this one and then just tweak it a little. You're gonna drink him? No! He's a man who's a moth. He's Mothman. Don't drink him. Let's get like kind of this color going. Let's see. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Needs a little more saturation. And then a little more lightness. This is the fun part when it comes to playing with color, because I struggle. Most of my drawing process behind the scenes, some of the parts that take longest, is just coloring. That's not bad. That's kind of like the coffee color I was going for, but it's a little. I think it's a little too saturated. I want to saturate it, but I don't want to lighten it. So I'm gonna like bring this down a little. And then bring this up a little. Ooh, that is not a good color. That is not the color I was aiming for. There, I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, I think this was kind of more the color I was aiming for. Because if I do this, see? It's a little more synonymous with the rest of it. So I'm gonna make his shirt that lighter color. I gotta fix this part. Blob that in. Ooh, but this might... I'm gonna have to do something with his skin tone. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I'll figure it out. I'm trying not to scratch my arm. I think I got a bug bite on it, and it's bugging me. Okay. And I think I could put this nice mocha color for the... I don't even know if this is mocha color, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna put this nice mocha color in his hair. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know what skin tone I'm gonna give him now, though. Always the question. I'm getting DM'd. Why? Closing my Discord. I don't need to hear those boop 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 boop. Nah. Let's see. Go back to my palette here. And first off, I'm adding this new color because it's a... Oh! Didn't mean to do that. Needs to refer to that. There we go. Okay. But, the skin tone I normally use, I think... I'm not certain. It might be this one. Yeah, that's the one. I know, right? Alright, so the skin tone color I would usually use for him specifically clashes, so I cannot use it. I'm gonna blob it in and then I'm gonna start messing with it, because I think it's a saturation problem. So if I throw that... Oh, we had something. There, that I think that actually just fixed it. Might help if I copy this up too. Yeah, that definitely... I just had to crank the saturation down a little. Yeah. Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, it's not a perfect palette. And of course I have to add this to the palette. So sometimes colors get a little wonky. Alright. And then I know, so some little lore related coloring, his nose is dark. And I'm not using that one, that is not good. I think I'll just use this one. I don't think I'll just use that one. That was not good at either. Let's just bring that down, bring up the saturation, and make sure these are all multiples of 5 because I'm weird. That's better. That is much better. Throw it in the palette. Yeah. So I'm noticing now that the kind of mocha color I got for the shirt and whatnot, it's clashing with the skin. So that needs to be fixed. So I think darker is the way to go on that. So whenever I darken a color, I typically up the saturation of the color too, rather than just darkening it. So now, it's a little darker than I was aiming for. I'll just lighten that up a touch. That's better. There. Yeah, that is much better. And I'll put that in his hair too. There we go. That is a lot better. Nice. Yeah, exactly. I love his teeth too. So I'm gonna go over to the palette and replace that one. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better than the previous color. Alright, and then the tie here needs a little tweaking. So darken the rest of it. And then add the lights. And then add the lightest. Oh, there we go. For the little skull. But there we go, that's looking pretty nice. That's looking pretty nice. And then for the mouth, let's see how this looks. I was worried it was going to be a bit too saturated, but I think it's almost right where it needs to be. If I drop it down to 60, yeah. Alright, that wasn't too bad at all. And then the eyes, so we're going to need, let's see what this is. Oh, wait a minute, if I just go, okay. I might just go straight white with this. I don't know why I have to have things be multiples of 5, but I just do. It's weird if it's not. There. So I've kept a little, like just a touch of a yellow tone for the eyes, just to keep it all nice and, you know, synonymous with each other. I don't know if that's the right word. I don't think it is. But this needs to be darker. And then over there needs to be darker. Harmonious, that's the word I'm looking for. And then, I think, let's try something for fun. What happens if I make the... Oh, absolutely. I'm making the glasses. I'm making the glasses this color. That looks nice. And then his eyes. Now, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, harmonious was the word. I'm gonna do a stretch. Big stretch! Okay. So I'm fairly certain that his eyes were green. But I'm gonna check. If they're green, they're gonna add a really fun color pop. Let's see. Copy image, file, move from clipboard. Yes, they're green. They are very green. Awesome. So, I love when I can add just like one big pop of color to something. Oh, wait, really? Cool. Now, so shirt havers. But there, like, look, like, just adding that green just really elevates this to a whole nother level. And I just need to steal that white again for his teeth. But yeah, that green, that just adds a little extra something. Exactly. I think this is a good, pretty good color balance we got going here. I forgot to change the light color on the shoes, because now it's supposed to be this color. I will fix that. Trash this. Trash it. Come on. Alright. Yeah, the dark on the light on the shoes needs to be this brown now and not the brown it was before. I did it on the wrong layer. Whoops. Oh well. And just set that to overlay. Perfect. It's like nothing ever happened. Yeah, I love his pizzazz. I think this is looking pretty good. We just gotta clean it up. Tasty. Yeah, this is definitely looking real nice. Oh, I forgot his freckles. Where's this? There we go. I mean, I don't have to do it on this layout area, stage, whatever you want to call it. I don't have to blob these in, but I'm gonna anyway. There we go. Perfect! Oh, wait a minute, did I? Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, my arm is itchy, and I should not scratch it because it's bug bite. And bug bites do not need to be scratched. Why did I... Oh, that's why. There we go. Now that's a rizzy boy. I'm never saying that again. But I am liking... I'm liking where the colors are. Those greens, that is just delightful. I love where that green is. So, the reason I was figuring out my color balances here is not just because I didn't really know what colors I wanted. That's a huge part of it. But another part of it is because of Butch Hartman. I have a bone to pick with Butch Hartman's art. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I've got a real bone to pick with Butch Hartman's art that he just does when he's not working on a show or whatever, because his colors are terrible. Yes, we're gonna pick at this just from an art lesson standpoint. Let's go with. So let's see. I'm just trying to find like a really good example. Yeah, everyone has a bone to pick with Butch Hartman for various reasons. Oh, what was her name? Like there's one very specific art piece of his. Okay, I found it. This, I have problems with, okay? I have problems with this art. And I'm going to explain them to you. Because this is the side quest we're going down. And I'm going to use a bright blue so it'll contrast because this is something Butch doesn't know about. Alright. He is also a jerk. Yes, so there's problems with this art right off the bat. We will get to them. Don't worry. First off, I'm going to do a sick little trick here called the saturation check. Notice how everything blends together. Like, when you take the saturation off of Butch Hartman's art, there's an instant problem. Yes, none of the colors go well, but like, first off, note that this is purple, and this is kind of like a, like, pinky purple type thing. I'm just gonna call it purple. So purple, purple, green, green. You turn the saturation off, who knows? Because there is no difference between the saturation of this purple staff and the saturation of the green stripes on the cape. And then the cape, like, when you do art, there are two things, areas of detail and areas of low detail. The areas of low detail, they give your eyes a break. And typically, when there's like a big dark area, that's what your eyes will be drawn to more than the areas of detail. So, can the class point out where the area that your eyes just naturally rests on every time you look at this? And I'm going to turn the color back on. But there's an area that your eyes will always rest on with this. And can anyone in the class suffer with me, I guess? Well, the area that your eyes will naturally be drawn to with this is unfortunate. Because it's right here. Because there's contrast. There's not a lot of detail here, and it's very dark compared to the rest of this mess. So that's where your eyes go. And that's not good. Yeah, the cape draws you up into it. And then this kind of draws you down into it. And it's just questionable from a standpoint. I see that he tried to give you a big area of rest with the boots on the legs here too, but the problem is that they're that same green that's on the cape. so it doesn't contrast. And I know that he tried to put contrast with the purple of the face there and the purple of the staff to contrast against the green, but again, you turn the saturation off and who knows? Like, and of course, I mean, I've got nitpicks with just how he does the lines of his art, because, like, what is this spider web? This is a disaster, but... And then there's shape contrast. Like, the little spindly legs on the headpiece, that could have been a really good shape contrast. If not for all the stripes on the cape. Exactly, that too. And of course, the color palette scheme here he picked is just horrendous for, like... If I just change this to color, okay? Change this to color, and I'm just gonna do like a very quick, I don't really give a crap editing of this, okay? So all I'm gonna do is grab the purple of her face. And if you just blob that in over the cape, and you don't even have to be good about it, if you just throw that in off the cape, already we have a better color balance. Granted, it's not a good color. But it helps her stand out from her cape, and it helps the green pop more. And, like, granted, yes, it is making the staff blend in with the cape. I'm not gonna, like, claim that it's not, but you know what you could do to make the staff pop from the cape? You make it that horrible orange! You make it that horrible reddish orange. I mean, you can even leave that. That doesn't matter too much. And then, oh, it's getting stuck on the background. How do you fix that? You get rid of the freaking blob background. Because that is... I don't know, man. I mean, like, I hate drawing backgrounds too, so I'm not going to pick too much about him just putting a blob, because I've done that, but... He shouldn't have done it the bright orange. I'm just going to say, he shouldn't have done it the bright orange. But, like, with a edit here that I spent all of 10 seconds on, already the color's balanced way better. See? Butch, it's not that hard. It's not that hard, man. And, like, I'm gonna make a statement here. I'm gonna make a controversial to Butch statement. If you get rid of those eye stripes, it clears the face up and makes it a lot more readable. And if you absolutely positively have to keep the eye stripes, why not just do, like that? Or, like, make them smaller so they're not all the way down the cheek, because it clutters the face so much. And that's not a good thing, Butch. I'm sorry to say. You don't want to over-clutter your face, because that's the spot where you want people to look because they're speaking or they're doing a thing. And if there's a bunch of crap going on there, it makes it kind of hard to read. But, like, look, it's magical. You don't have to do much of anything, but... So, anyway, tangent aside, what I'm gonna do here, just on my little moth, my little buddy, is I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm going to put white over it, and I'm just gonna turn off the saturation. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly the problem. And of course, it's the problem of, like, you have the area of rest where there's not a bunch of detail there, whereas everything else is so overloaded with detail that, yeah, that's where your eyes go. It's unfortunate. But, I'm just doing a saturation test here, and what do we think? Like, is this better? Well, is this better? Let's not compare it to Butch's, because that's not a hard competition to win. But, is this okay? Is the saturation okay for you guys? Do you think anything needs to be tweaked? And I will say that yes, the face on this is a little crowded, and all I'm gonna say is that's because the freckles, when I drew it on paper, it was a very small face on paper, so the freckles, even if I tried to draw them small, they ended up bigger than I intended. But, oh, thank you. But, just is the color balancing okay? That's all I'm getting at. color contrast works fine. The hair does mix in with the coat fluff, but it works for the character. Yeah, I noticed that the hair was mixing in with the coat fluff, especially like right, if I can get my pen back. I am noticing, like, especially right there, it's kind of bad for it. But, he is a moth character, so I think it's okay. I think it's alright. I probably could put a little more contrast between the shirt and the skin. Like, I probably could, darken the shirt a bit, but... yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as you've got a good understanding of the contrast without any color, then when you do put color on, most of the time it'll be okay. Unless, of course, you're Butch Hartman and you use these colors. Because, oh man, it was a choice. It was not a good choice. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what Kool-Aid he was drinking, but he should have stopped. Like, his color balance choices are certainly questionable. And I'm saying color balance, yeah, very. Like, I say color balance with Butch not just in the sense of, like, contrast, but color balance in the sense of, like, how much of the actual piece is one specific color and how much is a different color. And, like, with that spider lady, which I closed and I shouldn't have closed, but the balance on that was, interesting. Definitely interesting. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but, like, he uses, like, full saturation for every color. And I feel it's important to use, like, less saturated ones sometimes. Because if you do, like, the brightest red you have, and then the brightest green you have, and then the brightest blue you have, like, not only when you put it into grayscale does it all blend together, but when it's on, like, paper, it's just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, his placement of colors is questionable. His colors, like, the amount of specific color is questionable. Like, I don't know. He sees something else. And with Danny Phantom specifically, because that was art he did, not for Danny Phantom, but, like, just character design of somebody that might be in Danny Phantom. I will say that, like, whoever the actual design team was on Danny Phantom that stopped him from putting his stuff in it, I thank them every day. Because, oh my. Oh, her name was Misery Vex. I forgot that was her name. But, I've seen people do fan redesigns of Misery Vex, and, like, the one thing across the board is they lower the saturation of some stuff. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you have it 100% saturation all across the board, how are you gonna make a spot that your eyes are supposed to be drawn to? Like, how can you make something pop if everything's the same intensity? Here. Okay, so Misery Vex was the one we were looking at. I'm gonna paste that image back in, because I don't know why I closed it, but I just, let's see. We thank whoever it was. Yeah, exactly. We thank everyone involved who changed the designs on the Danny Phantom team and every other show he's worked on. Like, there's nothing wrong with Butch's ideas and whatnot, but sometimes they were a choice. Sometimes they were a choice. So, I'm just grabbing the very first piece of fan work I'm seeing somebody do for Misery Vex. And this is just something someone else made on the internet. And, like, they fixed the cape problem. They fixed it! And they made it pop more, like... Yeah. Exactly. I mean, like, yeah. Like, it did not take very much of anything to fix the design. They decluttered it, and they changed the color balances a bit. And, like, I've seen designs people have made for Misery Vex where, they've gone, like, and changed a lot more than just, like, the colors. Okay, see you later then. But like this one, this is the fan design where they tweaked a lot more. But again, it just circles back to like they fixed the color balance problem, and they decluttered it. Like they didn't. They understood. They saw the vision. They know. But like I said, no hate to Butch. No hate to anyone on his team who's worked with him. Nothing like that. But there are definitely ways he can improve. There are definitely ways I can improve. Like, no one's immune to improvement. No one. Yeah, exactly. And like the detail in the cape, what am I trying to say? It wasn't as bright. It wasn't as eye-piercingly neon. Okay, fair enough. I mean, like, I get it. I totally get it. Like, Butch is... He's an interesting man. I'm just trying to keep my main opinions about him to myself. Because this isn't that type stream. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna blob my color palette here so that I don't have to, like, keep going back to the other one. Oh, actually, I guess the skin does pop against the shirt pretty well. It's just that one spot where it looked a little odd. I'm just trying to do them in order of brightness because that makes me happy. And then I grab that red, actually. I'll grab the red. And then the green. So, there's all my colors in a vacuum. And if I just make that filter again, turn the saturation off. There. Those are my colors in a vacuum, and like, there's some that aren't super contrasty. There's some that are, they definitely blend a little more with each other than they need to. Like the one on the end here and that one, they're not the same color, but they are fairly similar in value. But I made sure to keep them far away from each other. Alright, so I just need to make sure this is on its own individual layer. Chuck that. Oh! What happened? What happened? Oh, that's what happened. Okay, never mind. We good, we good. I'm spooking myself. So I'm just gonna put that at like 35% opacity. And now I'm gonna go in and make sure it's not leaking over the lines everywhere. Because that's no good. And yes, you are fully allowed to chew on him. I don't know if he'd taste good, but like, be my guest. So this is the part that tends to take me, not forever, but definitely a while. Oh man, I want to have this on so I can see where the colors are, but then I can't see where I'm putting colors if I have it on. Ah, I did this to myself. Yeah, pretty much. I can't imagine he would taste very good at all. Yeah. I mean, I imagine I don't have to be nearly as meticulous as I am being, but, okay. I'm gonna grab the actual sketchbook here. Come on. Come on, man. There we go. I'm grabbing this to use as a sort of map for the actual art up on the computer. Wait, what am I doing? There's an easier way. I could just grab the art, copy it, plop it on a new clipboard, and then I can just see what I'm doing. I'm making things harder on myself than they need to be. So then I just throw this here, and I throw this up there. Honestly, I don't really need those moths open, but I'm gonna keep them just in case. Okay, and now I can shift that. Because there's some spots where like it's a little hard to see what I'm doing just because I'm so zoomed in. Now I can get back into it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because it's that dark at the eyebrow that's like making it a little hard to see where I'm painting. It's not impossible, just a little annoying. So there we go. And I'm gonna make the eyebrow the same color as the hair because, well, he doesn't have, like, pink eyebrows, I guess. There we go. Gotta keep them separated. Alright. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So, like I said, there's a part here where, like, it's smudged. So I'm gonna try and clean that up a little. Because this is the light part of the hair, so I don't want to have dark too much on it. Oh god, yeah, definitely. It's definitely really hard to just keep focusing on one drawing, especially when it's taking absolute ages. Like, I've got so many unfinished pieces that I'm probably never gonna finish, honestly. And it sucks, because some of them are like in really cool poses, too. But, will I finish them? Remains to be seen. So far, no. So, allegedly, I'm gonna get pizza for dinner tonight, because, up here in Canada, it's Canada Day. Which is pretty nifty. I'm gonna grab the, is that the correct one? Look at me, already forgetting what colors I was using. Oh. Pop that up here. There, that's the one. Alright, which would be that one. Haha! Let me turn that back off. I'm just gonna blob in the light of the hair though, so I don't have to try and figure out what specifically needs to be dark about this light streak. Because I'll just paint over what doesn't need to be light. Yeah, so Canada Day is basically like Independence Day or July 4th, whatever you call it, down in the States, but Canadian. We have fireworks and whatnot. It's pretty nifty. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this part is this spot right here is it's kind of hard to see what's going on. And my brush is being weird. Okay, I found that sometimes, yeah, see, so it was blobbing really badly for a second there, and that's just because, like, the wire to my tablet, I've noticed that sometimes it goes a little funny. It's not broken or shorting out by any means, it gets a little silly. It gets a little quirky at night. Didn't need to turn that on, but this needs to go off. There we go. Ha ha ha. I want to talk more art stuff, but I'm like struggling to remember what I was gonna talk about. I had ideas earlier. Yeah, pretty much. I have this fountain pen and I love it to death. Like, it is my absolute favorite pen now. But sometimes it blobs, and I'm like, no! What are you doing? Which, like, I haven't had it happen very often, because fountain pens, like, if you have a good one, they don't typically blob. But when they do, it's something else. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Alright. So I can just darken this line right out. I don't need it light. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, definitely. I highly recommend them. Like, you write with them the same way you write with a regular pen, so it's not a huge, like, skill jump to start using them. But, like, they are so smooth, and you never have that problem where, like, you're starting to run out of ink, so you, like, push harder, you scribble to try and get a little more out. Because when you're out of ink in a fountain pen, they just stop writing. Like, there's no, like, does it have ink, or is it starting to die? Like, no. When it's done, it's done. It clocks out. The ones, I'm losing my voice. The fountain pens I got off of Temu, and they're refillable fountain pens. So every single fountain pen is refillable, but the ones I have cartridges. So all I have to do is pop the cartridge out, put a new one in, and I'm ready to go. It's pretty awesome. Like, I could get a fountain pen that you have to dip, but it's a little more effort than I'm willing to do. I think I do need to darken this because it's looking a little strange. Or maybe not. I don't know what I'm doing. See, that's the cool part about art. A lot of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. Are you kidding? I'm just faking it till I make it. But yeah, I've got a fountain pen that I wrote with all the way through my animation college, and I've been using it ever since because, well, it hasn't died because I just keep refilling it. And it is so smooth. Like, these pens write way smoother than regular pens. I think that's because of how the ink flows out, and that you never get that little stutter. But it is just, it's like butter. Yeah. Alright. There we go. And fountain pens used to be way more expensive. Like, I think on Amazon I don't think you can get one below 20 bucks on Amazon still, which is, like, insane to me. But if you give me a moment here. Alright. I just gotta get myself situated again. Yeah. So, this is the fountain pen. I'm gonna switch to big screen for this. Fix my glasses, take a sip. So, this is the fountain pen I've been using. It's very nice. It's got a little window, actually, so you can see when you're running out of ink in the cartridge. But, like, that's the nib. And you just, hi! I'm showing off my, my beloved fountain pen. So, it's got a little window, so you can see if you're running out of ink, because this takes ink cartridges, so I don't have to, like, dip it and refill it that way, but it's got little indents, so you actually hold the pen at the correct angle when you're writing, drawing, whatever. And how you refill it is, it unscrews, there's your cartridge, and they just click in, which is so nice. But, I got this for $2. Whereas Amazon, I don't know if you could get one below 20. Like, they might be cheaper now, they might not be, I don't know, but like, if you can get a fountain pen cheap, I highly recommend it because, like I said, this pen was only $2, and when I was in animation college, my teacher, one of my life drawing teacher, she brought in her pens for us to experiment with, because she had fountain pens for art, and she brought in a pen that was identical to this. She paid $40 for it in a set, and my pen was identical, wrote the same, just as smooth, but mine's a knockoff, so I love getting knockoff stuff when it works the same as the actual brand. But, that's my story of this pen. I don't know if it's like a big name brand or not originally, but the one I got off Temu for $2, and the cartridge refills, I've got 300 of them, so I'm not running out anytime soon. But yeah, these pens, I recommend everyone tries, like, at least tries it at once, because, like I said, it's butter. It is beautiful. Would you believe that we're like almost at the end of the stream already and we haven't even finished coloring this? Like, dear God. I've been slacking. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I mean, like, honestly, some of my best art's been done with the cheap stuff. Like, that notebook I showed earlier, this notebook, It's just, like, it's a cheap lined notebook. It couldn't have cost more than $5, but it holds marker so well. So I use it rather than, like, expensive marker drawing paper. Like, this gets the job done, so why would I pay more? There we go. Yeah. I have a favorite type of pencil, because I'm a nerd like that. But, it's, sitting behind me, actually. So if I just stretch, I should be able to reach it. Come here, you. There we go. So, this is my favorite type of pencil. It's a Staedtler. It's a blue pencil. You can get them at the dollar store. They are so nice. Very smooth. Marker is something you use. You know what? Fair enough. I mean, like, some of the most recent art I've done, in fact, funny enough, in the same notebook, and I'll switch back to Big Cam for this. But, one of the most recent pieces I've done in this notebook, I actually used a combination of pencil and marker. Pencil crayon. So the majority of the coloring was done with pencil crayon, and then I just used marker to accent the lines on it. I'm holding it a little low, sorry. But yeah, this was colored in pencil crayon, and I just threw a little bit of marker on top, like especially on like the sleeve of the flannel, like just to differentiate it a little better. But yeah, and the pencil crayons I used were dollar store. I did not use colors or any of that expensive crap. I just used pencil crayons and hope. So, like, you don't need expensive stuff to get good, which is amazing to me. It's amazing. Granted, using expensive stuff sometimes you're like, ooh, feels nice. I feel a little freer. I feel like I can draw a little better. But yeah, definitely. And yes, that was him. That was the him. That was component A of this art piece. I just need to fill in these weird little gaps. Weird little gaps. Wooden pencils and mechanicals are what you normally use. Mechanicals are no problem because the erasers dry on there. Yeah, I totally get that too. I mean, like, just layer that in a little better. When I do sketches, like before I get into coloring over them with pen to do line art, yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, when I drew this particular guy in the sketchbook, I did use the Staedtler pencil, but most of the time I just default to good old, don't know the brand name because I snapped it off. But like just the standard dollar store lead pencil. Like I think it's 0.5 lead. And I bought a pack of white erasers, which oh my goodness, I'm like accidentally hitting buttons here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I've just got just a white eraser. It's got a little bit of bend to it, but the best erasers I ever used were the pink erasers. Those rocks, like those hard pink erasers, not rock solid, because once they went rock solid, well, they were pretty much unusable because then they'd smear everything. But when they were new, like new pink erasers are the best eraser I've ever used because they almost never smudged unless they were, like I said, rock solid, but then that just means they're too old to use. And like they picked up everything. They were just perfect for art. There we go. I've never like really used kneaded erasers. I don't understand them. They frighten me. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like when I was in school, that's pretty much all I ever used. Just good old number 2 and whatever eraser I could find on the ground. Like, honestly, I think the majority of the pens and pencils I ever had in every school I've been in were just ones I found on the ground, because I would come into the school with a nice set and people would ask to borrow a pencil and I'd say sure, and then I'd never get it back. And I'm still mad. Like, y'all didn't pay for these. Y'all don't get to mooch. Oh, nice. I always love, like, you gotta love when you find, like, just a really, really good pencil sharpener. Like, the pencil sharpener I'm using at the moment is probably also behind me, because everything's behind me at this point. Can I reach it? Can I reach it? Oh, it's not here. Well, now I'm... Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, the pencil sharpener I'm using is the standard dollar store issue yellow pencil sharpener. And I keep it in this cup. Oh, nice! Yeah, I don't use those just because, like, inevitably, like, every single time I would have a piece of lead get stuck in it and then I'd never be able to fish it out. But at least with these smaller ones, since it's not, like, one piece all stuck together, I can take it apart and get the piece out. That was my only nitpick with those. I do like that it holds the shavings. Fair enough. Right now I'm actually using an empty gum container to hold the shavings. If I wanted to, because it opens right there, I could hot glue the sharpener in, but I'm lazy. And I don't have a hot glue gun, so my brother does. Maybe I'll nah. I'm not gonna steal it off him for this. This is like clown behavior. I should save. I haven't saved in a while. And save the backup layer. Not backup layer, backup file. Always be saving. Oh, okay, so the one thing I love about digital that I can't do on paper is I can flip it horizontal and see how wonky it is. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could grab the hot glue gun off him and it would probably be fine, but like, that's way more effort than I'm willing to put into making a pencil sharpener. When it works just fine. This is just a piece to hold the shavings. I don't need to get all scientific about it. But how's the stream been for you guys? Like, is this something that you'd want to hang out and do again in the future? Because I just wanna I wanna make sure that this is enjoyable and it's not just like y'all getting bored or anything. Because nice. Okay, I'll take that encouragement. Yeah, I have Prismacolor ones too. I haven't used them in ages. Like, the problem with nice art supplies is they're nice, but then, like, you never really want to use them because it's like, I gotta use them for something special. And then I don't use them because it's not special enough, but then I don't use them. And it kind of defeats the whole point of having them. And yeah, yay! I think I'll try to make art streams a regular thing then. Like, I could alternate them with the gaming streams that way. Like, maybe on the Tuesdays I'll do the art stream, and then on the Saturdays I'll do the game. That could be good. Aw, thank you. Where is this line? Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. This one spot, just this one little corner is so cluttered, and it's because, like, well, I was drawing on paper and this is a small detail area. It's very hard to see what's going on. I think I got it. I think. I mean, again, like, the nice part with it being digital is I can go back and fix stuff if it's marked. Yeah. Like, you make a mistake, you can just Control Z as far back as you need. And you make a mistake on paper, you gotta live with it. Or try your best to erase it. What I found I really enjoy that I wasn't expecting to enjoy is you can color with pencil crayon, and then I've found that for some reason alcohol markers blend really good on top of pencil crayon. It's weird. But like, if you're ever in a position where you're able to try that, give it a shot. Because like, you do all your blending and whatnot with your pencil crayons first, and then like you can really make it pop with alcohol markers. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Fair enough. Sometimes you just gotta write instead. I've been trying to get back into writing, but like, it's hard. But if you want a recommendation for some really good alcohol markers that are pretty cheap, I recommend the Ohuhu brand. So that's OHUHU, Ohuhu, and you can get them on Amazon. But I've tested them. So apparently the best alcohol markers you could possibly buy are Copics, but I've tested Ohuhu markers against Copics, and they're very close. Like, honestly, I prefer the Ohuhu, but like, they're almost like identical to the Copics. And the nice part about them is, and I'm gonna go to Amazon, so we're going on a little field trip. I'm gonna look up how much a pack of Copic alcohol markers is compared to a pack of Ohuhu. Alright, Copic and Ohuhu alcohol markers. Alright, so for a 36 color set of Copic markers, which apparently these are the best markers in the world, well, the best alcohol markers in the world, allegedly. A pack of 36 Copics costs $106 right now, Canadian. $106 Canadian. Which, that is disgusting. Ohuhu, for $103, you can get 104 markers, which have a bullet tip and a brush tip on either end. So, yeah, you get a lot more bang for your buck with Ohuhu markers. Yeah, wait. Yeah, you get 104 for $103. So, that's if you want one of their big packs. You can get a much, like, I know there's smaller packs too. Okay, you can get, I know I got like a really cheap pack and there weren't a whole ton of colors, but maybe if I go to the actual Ohuhu page, it will tell me instead of just trying to struggle. Okay. Alcohol markers, Ohuhu. What are your prices? Oh, that's why it's not showing up. Okay, so the pack I was specifically thinking of that I bought before, that I got for I think $20, it's out of stock. But you can get a very good pack of Copic markers, or not Copic, sorry. You can get a good pack of Ohuhu markers for $89 Canadian right now, 72 different colors. They blend. They come with a colorless blender, so if you're so inclined, you can put one color marker down and use the colorless blender to blend it out into the paper, or you can put two markers together, and if they're not quite blending as much as you like, you can use the colorless blender. It's very nice. And my absolute favorite part about these markers, like, this is the part that made me go, oh, is they come with a plastic sheet. So that way, if you're drawing on paper or in a notebook and you don't want it to leak through, you put this underneath. And it comes with every pack of their markers. So I've got like 4 now, but Ohuhu markers are amazing. Like, again, personally, because I've tested them against Copics, I think they're better than Copics. Personal opinion, of course, but yeah, like, these are definitely, like, you get a lot of bang for your buck with them, and I've never had one come dry. Because I know with Copics, sometimes you buy them and you'll get a dry marker in the pack. I've bought a couple of Ohuhu boxes now, and I've got, like, big ones. Not one marker has been dry. Not one. And none of the markers were dry, and none of them were exploded, which is incredible. And they've got amazing customer service, so if you do end up buying a pack where one of the markers happens to be dry or has exploded, you can email, and they're really good about it. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, like I said, I mean, like, something I found that's really fun to do is to throw markers on top of pencil crayons, but teach their own. My mouth is getting so dry from yapping, and I'm sipping water, and it's not helping. It's not helping at all. Pause to load there for a second. I really hope I remembered to record this time. Let's check. Okay, I did. That's good. I was a little worried. Because last time, I completely forgot to hit the record button. That was just shameful. And that was a 5-hour stream, so like I had to spend like 2 hours downloading it. So yeah, if any of y'all are streamers or you get into streaming, don't forget to record it, because you don't want to download it later. Yeah. I mean, I was able to download the stream just fine, that wasn't an issue, but it took a while. But I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the art stream, because I really want to do more of these. Like, I was really hoping that it would work out well, and it seems like it has. Yeah, I did, and I went, ah. Outlining with pen, because I have a ton of other various colors. Some are metallic and some are just very spread. Ah, yeah, I love that. Like I said, I mean, I got into drawing with pens recently, and like, whole new world has opened up to me, man. Oh my god, I like gotta invest in chapstick. I know I will lose it, but I gotta get chapstick. It is so dry in here. Yeah, I was introduced to gel pens recently. I've never used gel pens before in my life, but like, I got a pack, and a whole new world, man. Like, they're so gooey and smooth, and they are glitter gel pens, so like, I love them. They're just an absolute delight. Yeah. You know what's funny? When I do art on paper and I'm lining it out with a black marker, I use Sharpies. I don't bother buying like anything else. Like, I have my fountain pen, which is great for doing small lines and detail work, and then the rest I use Sharpies. And boy, oh boy, does it make the paper smell. Like, I think there's something to Sharpies, because some of my most creative stuff has been done while dealing with Sharpie fumes, so maybe there's something to it. Maybe. Exactly. And like, Sharpies, I have noticed that unfortunately they do have a little bit of a purple tone to them. Like, when you draw something with them, or if you use it for lines, I have noticed they have a purple tone. It's slight, it's not something you'd really ever notice, but I noticed. But what I have found is that if you go over Sharpies with pencil crayon, you can not only get rid of that purple, but you can tint it to whatever color you want, which is nice. Like, combining markers and pencil crayons has been like it's been world-changing for me. I don't know why I'm coloring this and not using the fill tool, but hey, here we are. We're not gonna finish coloring this stream anyway. Ooh, okay. I know that there's a specific type of fine liner pens that I got to use in high school, and I cannot remember the name of them for the life of me, but they're like a kind of beige barrel marker, and they come in like, they're small packs, but they and they're stupid expensive, but I'm gonna look it up. Micron, yes, that is exactly it. Like, I only got to use Micron pens in high school, and I barely got to use them because the art teacher bought them herself for the class and kids would steal them, but I like those pens. Like, if I was gonna invest in a set of fine liners, they'd definitely be microns. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting the coloring to take so long. I thought we would have had the flats in and we would have gotten into shading at this stream, but like, guess not. I'm slower than I remember. Scotiabank, you're slower than you think. Yeah, I know. Like, and they last a long time too, which is nice. That does definitely help make up for the price a bit, but oh my god, they are expensive. I'm eyeing some knockoffs on Temu that I'm thinking of buying and testing out, because like they look pretty good, but I don't know yet. I haven't tried them because I haven't bought them, but if they're good, I will report back whenever I get around to buying them. Yeah, probably, because I do keep glancing down at the chat here, and then like we went off on a whole tangent with Butch Hartman's art. I mean, I'm not particularly fast when it comes to art anyway, but I do like to think I'm normally faster than this. Oh, my mouth is so dry. Like, I've been sipping water this whole stream, and my mouth is still dry. What is this sorcery? Someone afflicted curse of dry mouth on me. What is that? Oh. I love playing the is it an unfilled pixel or dirt on my screen game. Today it was dirt. Tomorrow, who knows? Yeah. I mean, like, there is nothing wrong with being slow with your art, because honestly, like, you're probably spending more time on it for a reason. You're probably making sure that, like, the lines aren't screwed up. Or the coloring's nice. Like, there's no speed you have to be at as an artist, which that is amazing. There's no deadline. Yeah, same. Oh my goodness. I gotta like promote my commissions, man. I haven't gotten any in so long, and I could definitely use them. But yeah, like, at least with the art I'm doing right now, there's no deadline for this. I'm just doing it for the love of the game. Come on. Get that weird pixel. There we go. Yeah, that too. I get that too. Like, the stage where I tend to end up losing steam isn't the coloring stage. It is the, like, doing the lines. Because lines are what take me the longest, and if I don't finish the lines in one shot, I typically don't finish the art. Yeah, I really have to. I'm actually involved with Art Fight this year, so I'm hoping, I'm not guaranteeing, but I'm hoping that at least I can get some more exposure with my art that way, and then maybe I can lead that into commissions. I know you're not, like, supposed to promote on that site, so I'm not going to, but it would be cool if I could, you know, make some friends, and then maybe those friends want to commission me. And yes, I am aware that I do have friends who have commissioned me in the past, and I appreciate it immensely. Looking at you, Sai. I know you're not in here, but you might watch the stream later, so I'm gonna call you out. Thanks for the commissions. In the past. There we go. Oh my goodness, this is taking so long. At least on the bright side, my wrist is not hurting. Because that was my other concern. Like, normally I do draw for like 3 or more hours when I'm doing it on my own, but I wasn't sure how I was gonna fare with doing it on stream. Oh, Gel Writer. Nice. I will take a look into that because they sound nice. And man, I am hoping to God that this music's okay for Twitch, because I got it directly off the Twitch site. Twitch themselves says this is okay, but like, I don't know. So we will see. We will see. Should be fine though. Probably because the big stretch. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So I think Tuesdays will be for art streams, and then Saturdays will be gaming streams in the future. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Yeah, I meant to do it in 2022, and apparently I completely forgot. Which that's just shameful. I wasn't doing anything that important in 2022. Well, I might have been in college, but still. Like, I could have done one attack. I haven't decided what I'm gonna play on stream next, on Saturday. It's probably gonna be Epic Battle Fantasy again, though. I'm really loving that game. I forgot how fun it was. Oh man, but we are definitely reaching our time here. Oh, I don't want to stop. We're chilling, we're vibing. I think I'll finish the collar here because I think that's all I'm gonna be able to finish. But yeah. Definitely cutting it close. Cutting it really close with this one. Oh man. I don't want to end the stream. Like, I get in the zone and then it's like I don't want to get out of the zone. I'm in the zone. I'm pretty sure this piece is colored dark too, but I'm just gonna be weird about it and not. Just for the moment. Color this in. Yeah, well, there is something stopping me because my dad asked ahead of time how long my stream was gonna be because he's wanting to get pizza. And I think that means he's gonna bring me with him. Which means that, yes, unfortunately, I am gonna have to end the stream pretty soon here. Even though I don't want to. Yeah. I'm glad it's been a good stream, though. Aside from the technical difficulties at the start, but hey, I mean, that's gonna happen. That's just how it be. Come on, there we go. Sometimes that one pixel just will not paint. And it's like, why are you painting? I'm like clicking directly on you, bro. And I gotta fix this. Perk of being meticulous with your art. It comes out looking great. Con of being meticulous with your art. It takes 4 times as long. Especially digital. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. Just need to curve that in. There we go. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I've been wanting pizza for a while. And we have to, like, it's a whole adventure to get it just because of where we live. It's like, I think 30 minutes away, give or take. So when we get pizza, it's good. It's nice. It's tasty. Oh god, yeah. I love her art, honestly. Like, it's so gelatin, it's so crunchy, like, I love it. I love the way she uses color. Yeah, I gotta go on a great adventure quest for pizza. I have to hunt down Pizza the Hut. You know what, very recently, I finally watched Spaceballs for the first time, and I'm understanding now so many references that I didn't know before, and it's funny that almost every one of them came from Spaceballs. So, definitely watch that movie if you haven't, because, oh my, it is amazing. Yeah, exactly! It takes her, like, 4 eons and a day, but the results are worth it. Giving a free promotion on the stream, huh? You know what? Totally valid. Totally valid. Hair, like, I had a problem with, like, this specific drawing. I had a problem with the hair. It's always one piece of it. Yeah, pretty much. but I legit had a problem with the hair on this piece because if you notice the area where his where this chunk of his bangs was giving me a real problem when I was drawing it, because it was over his eye too much, so I erased it, and then it was like way too far back, so I erased it, and like I'm glad the paper held up. But yeah, so next Tuesday we will continue this piece, and on Saturday it'll be games. He was fighting me tooth and nail. Like, how dare he? You're an inanimate piece of paper. How dare you? Oh, speaking of inanimate, I bought the game Date Everything. Oh boy. It's a good game, I'll say that much. But, oh boy. Maybe I'll play that on stream at some point, but dear God. Oh, that's a, you know what? Mood. I haven't drawn my Sona in ages, but like, I feel that. And there we go. So, wow, we didn't do squat for coloring this time. That's funny. I'm gonna do a big stretch. Ugh. And the cat's yelling at me. Hello, sir. Guest appearance from the boy. I'll put my pen back in its little pen holder. But, switch back to big cam here. It was really good to hang out with you guys. Ugh. Why am I burping? I haven't even had pizza yet. But it was really fun hanging out with you guys. It was really fun working on this art. Hopefully next Tuesday we'll get through more of it. That is, if I don't just like start throwing in the flats in my free time. But yeah, so Tuesdays will be art streams, and then Saturdays will be gaming, and it'll be all good. And I'm glad you guys had fun hanging out, because I was a little nervous about this one, not gonna lie. I didn't know if people were gonna be interested. But yeah, so I'm glad you guys were here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know what? Love that. Add that 4-leaf clover. But I'm gonna get going because I gotta get food, probably, theoretically. So I'll see you guys next stream. I love hanging out with you guys too. Thank you. But for now, till we meet again.